Hello peoples, Bubba Ace here, and welcome back to Ninja Warrior Roblox. So far, we've seen 70 competitors attempt Stage 1, and now we have 33 left to attempt Stage 1. Today we'll see 25 of those 23 attempt Stage 1, and we'll see how many of those 25 clear Stage 1, and join the 12 who already did clear Stage 1. Kicking off today's episode is regular Enderman Yes Squid No, who's making his 4th appearance. He went out on the jumping spider in the last tournament. He's gotten one step further in each of his appearances since his debut in Tournament 11, where he first competed under the name Enderman Yes Squid No 90. He missed tournaments 12 and 14, but returned in tournament 15 with a slightly different name, where all he did was capitalize the first E and remove the 90. And as I say all that, he's already on to the broken cycle. Let's see if he can get past this. No, he doesn't. He slips off before he gets to the halfway point and he's out. Bad luck to him. Next up is newcomer TD_Heather. Obviously referencing on Total Drama Heather from the Total Drama series. Alright, well, whatever makes him happy, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure if there's a female controlling this character, but the character's obviously named after a female, and it looks like a female, so I'm just going to call this a female competitor. Well, in any case, Heather's doing well, already to the broken cycle, and already through it. Can she make the dismount? Yes, she does! Now she's on to the panel flips, and... Okay, well that just happened. Next up is regular J-Man Sarge 33, who's making his 6th appearance. Speaking of painting, and... it happened. Happens to us all. Next up is newcomer Devon_YouTube. Making his first appearance, obviously, because he's a newcomer. That's pretty much all I have to say. Alright. So we're on to the rolling boulder. What do we do here? Slowly but surely. Ooh! Overshoots the boulder on the landing there, but he's passing through the broken cycle. Well, now he's through the broken cycle. I was going to say that he's on the broken cycle and getting well past it. We're having a little bit of trouble on the panel flips, but he's through it. Bit of a close call there, but he's through it now, and that's all that matters. Jumping spider now, he's onto it. We'll clear the walking section. And very nicely, after a few couple bounces. Whoa! What the heck? He's went all the way to the bottom of the obstacle. I didn't even think that was even possible, but somehow he went from like the middle of the walking section to all of a sudden like getting to the end of it. I did not think anyone could make that jump, but he somehow made it work. Anyway, he's through the tire pressure. Down to 30 seconds. Oh, he almost walks off the edge there. That was close. He's up to warp 1-1, so he's got plenty of time to clear. As long as he doesn't make a mistake here. Tarzan Vault. Can he get through it? He's onto the disc climb.
10 seconds.
Nicely. And he is going to clear. We have another newcomer advancing to the 2nd stage. And there's his fellow newcomer Bryce Bry1, congratulating him on beating the 1st stage. Well done, Devon. We look forward to seeing you in the 2nd stage. And now we're on to another returning competitor. This is Tyler Roberts 928, who's making his 8th appearance on the course. He's been competing since his debut back in Tournament 10, where he first competed under the name Coffee Mug 20013, before he changed it to what it is now in Tournament 13. Bit of a close call on the rolling boulder, but he's through it. Now onto the broken cycle. Gonna get through this. Yes, he does! Kind of a bit of a shortcut to the end there. Kind of jumped a little too early, but it worked. That's what I'm gonna call the shortcut dismount. Or something like that, I don't know. Alright, got to the jumping spider. He is onto it. Climbing it nicely. Make his way across. No, he doesn't. He's undershot one of the jumps and he's out. Alright, now for our first veteran of the episode. This is 27,300 Man, who's making his third appearance. He cleared stage 1 in his first 2 appearances, first on his debut in Tournament 14, and the second time was in the last tournament, after he just missed out on Tournament 15. But he's back again for his second appearance in a row, and his third appearance overall. Quickly through the first 3 obstacles, now for the panel flips. And after barely turning the obstacle, as in like making move from left to right, as usually happens on the panel flips, not counting the panels themselves flipping or turning, whatever. He is quickly through the jumping spider, and now for the tire pressure. Got a good start pushing him, but now he's having a getting it moving slowly. Now he's got a rhythm going. Is he gonna dismount early? Yes, he does! Alright, warped wall now. Can he get through this? Yes, he does! He's up and in 1! Tarzan vault. Let's see him get through this.
30 seconds.
Onto it. Hold moving forward. Alright, disc climb. Oh no! He slipped off the second disc and he's out on the disc climb. Oh, he came so close to clearing for a third tournament, but couldn't make it. Alright, and now we're on to... next! Alright, now we're really on to triple underscore F15, making his 6th appearance. And he fails the first obstacle. Alright, moving on to newcomer true underscore blue. Okay, so first we had Lot 1999 making his 12th appearance. And he'd been competing in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 5, but missed out on the last tournament. And then we had Triple F15, who cleared Stage 1 for the first time in his career in the last tournament. So he went from clearing Stage 1 in the last tournament to failing the first obstacle in the very next tournament. Oh boy, that tends to happen to some competitors. They go so far in one tournament, only to take a giant step backwards in the following tournament. And as I say all that, True Blue is already onto the jumping spider, and he's undershot to jump onto it. We went too fast and it did not work out for him. And now we're on to Billx Ben, who's making his 2nd appearance. He made his debut in the last tournament, where he went out on the first obstacle. But he didn't apparently, we're skipping on ahead to the rolling boulder now. And he's through it nicely. Alright, broken cycle, can he get past this? Do a slow approach onto it. So, well, and he's undershot one of the jumps, or rather he just jumped at the wrong angle onto one of the broken windmill parts, or metal parts, wheel parts, whatever. Moving on, we're on to newcomer Dino 4564. Bit of a laggy run to start off with, but doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. So onto the rolling boulder, and he gets through it nicely. Now for the broken cycle, let's see him get through this. Nicely. Oh, and he's undershot the dismount and he's out. Let's take another look at that. Yeah, he approached the obstacle nicely and he got over the after taking his time, preparing the jump. And it looks like he was doing fine, but on the dismount, he jumped just a little too early and he undershot the dismount. He got bounced off the beginning of it, which is a sign of you undershooting the dismount. And failing a simple jump is one of the worst ways to go out on this course. We'll now point to the cameraman, and not where the tower is, I'm going to assume it's the cameraman, not the tower, is red turning competitor Party Fun 64, who is making his 3rd appearance. I don't have a whole lot to say about him, but let's just see how he does. Oh, he's caught on a stick on the shish kebabs, and it costs him as he slips off the obstacle. Bad luck. Now we're on to returning competitor Tobiz12345, making his 5th appearance. He's been competing in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 13, and he's gotten better in every tournament, as he's gotten at least one step further in each of his appearances since his debut, where I think he went on the first obstacle, I can't remember. Feel free to correct me on that, because I don't feel like going back to check my notes. And as another prime example, he has definitely picked up a lot of speed since his debut, and it's paying off for him. He's already onto the jumping spider with just over a minute left to go. And he's onto it, climbing up it nicely through the walk section. Can make the drop down. Yes, he does. Tire pressure. Got it moving nicely. Got a good rhythm going. Is he going to dismount early? Nope, he's going to push it all the way until he's able to walk off it, and he's through it. Can he get up the warp wall in one? Yes, he does. Got plenty of time left as he prepares for the Tarzan vault.
30 seconds.
Onto it now. Catches the disc climb. He's going to climb up it. Oh, Biz! Surely you didn't think he was going to fail his own obstacle. Of course not. And for the first time in his career, Tobiz is moving on to the second stage. After 4 tournaments of going on the first stage, he is finally moving on to the second on his 5th appearance. Well done, Tobiz. You deserve it, and we look forward to seeing you in the second stage. Alright, next up is newcomer Walter XD. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's not pronounced Water XD because it's an O instead of an A, as you can clearly see. Now, I believe this is another female competitor who's actually being controlled by a male. I'm not too sure. I mean, it could be another female controlling a female, or it could just be a cross-dresser. I can't say for certain because they threw off their wig. They're attempting the broken cycle. Bit of a laggy approach on that obstacle, but passed it. Doesn't seem to feather too much on the panel flips, but it is going out of control. Having a hard time on it, but she's eventually passed it. I'm going to call her a she just because that's what she looked like. I don't know. I don't care if it's a male or a female. I'm just going to call her a she. Alright, jumping spider. Can she get past this? Threw it nicely. And she's passed it. Now for the tire pressure. See how she does on this. A bit of a laggy start on it, but helped her get through some of it. It's got a good rhythm going. Alright, she gonna dismount early on this? No, she will not. She'll just walk off it when she's close enough. And she's through it. Did she get up the warp wall in one? Somehow, yes! Thought the stopper was gonna stop her there, but it didn't. Now for the Tarzan vault. This has caused trouble to many competitors before, but she threw it onto the disc climb. Oh, she slid off the 3rd disc, but managed to keep on climbing up again, but she doesn't catch it a 2nd time. She slipped off the disc climb in that 1st climb, but managed to grab onto the 1st disc. For the 2nd time, she couldn't catch it again, and she's out. That's unfortunate, but we must move on. We're on to veteran Kenji Takahashi, who's making his 11th appearance. Ooh, close call there. Yeah, he's been competing in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 7, where he cleared Stage 1 and made it to Stage 3. He's cleared the first stage 300 times, those being turns 11, 14, and 15! But not this time! He slipped on the rolling boulder! Oh, what went wrong there? Let's see, on the shish kebabs, yeah, he got to the bottom of the 2nd bob and managed to hang on and clear the obstacle. But on the rolling boulder, he got it rolled nicely. Oh, but his character's a little too far to the left, and he slipped out the boulder as it was going down the drop. And unfortunately, he is out on the rolling boulder. No Stage 1 clear for this veteran. But we have to move on. We're on to regular G-Man 992421, who's making his 7th appearance. He's been competing in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 11. He's followed the 3rd obstacle in the past 2 tournaments. They've been different each time. Tournament 15, it was the Pillars of Doom. In the last tournament, it was the Speed Rocket. How will we do on this new 3rd obstacle broken cycle? He will slip off it. He got pushed up by the float pad. And for the 3rd time in a row, G-Man is out on the 3rd obstacle. Well, that's unfortunate. But we gotta keep going. We're on to veteran Skyline James, who's making his 9th appearance. He's been competing in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 9. He cleared Stage 1 for his first time in the last tournament. Let's see if he can do it again. He's past the rolling boulder, so it's already a good start. Broken cycle now. This just took out G-Man, and he doesn't want to meet a similar fate. And he will not. Alright, panel flips. Can he get through this? Yes, he does. Alright, now for the jumping spire. Let's see if he can get through this one. He is onto it. He's climbing up it nicely. Taking his time preparing each jump. And he's through it. A bit of a little trouble climbing down, but he's past it. And now for the tire pressure. Still got a lot of time left. A bit of a weird way to get the obstacle going, but it worked out for him. And he got it pushing down nicely. He just gonna walk off it. Alright, 30 seconds now, he touches the warp wall, and he's up it in 1. A lot of time left, and now for the Tarzan Vault. The final 2 obstacles have been causing trouble for competitors today. Will cause James any problems. Tarzan Vault. Onto the disc climb. He climb up it. Bit of a slow climb. But he is through it! And for the second tournament in a row, Skyline James is advancing to the second stage. It was not a one-time wonder. And for the second time in his Ninja Warrior Roblox career, we will see him on the second stage. Alright, next up is...
Bruh.
Really? Really? Okay, when I borrowed this Homestar Runner joke for the introduction of my 11th tournament, I didn't think someone would actually be stupid enough to create an alternate account centered on the punchline. It is a newcomer with the name, Why Are You Using Windows 98? And I am not going to repeat that joke again, because I borrowed it from Homestar Runner. I don't know if I should blame this competitor for being stupid enough to create an alternate account with that joke name. He attempted to do the panel flips before it was properly said. And if you failed it, that would have been an embarrassing way to go out, and it would have been your fault for allowing that. Or blame myself for borrowing that joke in the first place. At this point, I really don't care. I'm a little torn about how I want this competitor to do, if I want them to do well or fail, but they're already doing well regardless. I guess I should be more precise in saying, do I want them to clear or fail? I really do not know, but... They are through tire pressure with lots of time left. Warped wall now, can he get up in 1? Now he got caught on the stopper, but he quickly squeezed his way through. Alright, less than 30 seconds left, onto the Tarzan Vault. Oh, it started to tilt forward before we got to it, but he somehow managed to dismount the right time and climb the disc climb. Oh, he slipped up, but he's still onto it. Got to start over again, but he doesn't. Alright, bottoms up.
10 seconds. Stage 1.
Yeah, he cleared. Next. Alright, we're on to another veteran. This is Macy Mobro, who is making his landmark 10th appearance. He was one of the first 15 competitors to compete in the very first tournament, where he cleared stage 1. He did it again for a second, and only other time in tournament 7. He competed in the first tournament, missed out on tournaments 2 through 5, but then returned to tournament 6, where he went out on the rolling boulder. Speaking of which, he's onto it now after having a rough time even getting onto the obstacle. But he's through it now. Can he get through it? No, he doesn't. He is out. For the 4th time in his career, Macy Mobro has been beaten by the rolling boulder. And now, temporarily coming out of retirement, is the former star who is making his 14th appearance on the course.
This is Devon 179, and I am 100% positive that I will be the next Ninja Warrior Roblox.
Next up is the former All-Star Dev1179. He was one of the first 15 competitors to compete in the very first tournament, and he was the first ever competitor to clear stage 1. Although he would go out on stage 2 of that tournament, he would get his revenge on the course by getting back to the second stage in the next tournament and make it to the third stage. He would do so again in tournament 3, where he was one jump away from reaching the final stage. His success in the earlier tournaments would grant him the All-Star rank. At first it seemed like he didn't deserve that rank, as he would go out on the first stage in the following 2 tournaments, but he proved that those fails were just flukes, as he would get back to the second stage in tournaments 6 and 7, where in that tournament he would achieve his personal best performance by finally getting to the final stage. Unfortunately, he didn't know what to do on the double G rope, and he came short of achieving total victory. Unbeknownst to him and to us, that would be the last time he'd see success on this course, as he would then go out on stage 1 in his final 6 appearances. And on his final appearance in tournament 13, following his fail on the first obstacle, he vowed to retire from the course, and he was never seen again. until today. With this being the final tournament to be hosted on the classic Roblox terrain, he has decided to temporarily come out of retirement to compete in this one tournament one last time for old time's sake, and to potentially end his career on a much higher note. Let's see if he's prepared himself for the changes that have been made to the course since his disappearance. And he's off. 95 seconds for him. Shish kebabs. He is past it. Now for the rolling boulder. This is probably the only obstacle on the course he's familiar with. Not counting the warped wall. He's through it. He's onto the broken cycle now. This has caused trouble for competitors, especially today. But he's through it. Does the early dismount technique. And onto the panel flips. Oh my goodness, he just kind of walked onto it as he was attempting it. No one's ever done that, and almost cost him as he came short, or almost came short of the dismount, but barely managed to clear it. Jumping spider. Can he get through this one? Yes, he does. Alright, for the tire pressure. This is already looking to be... Well, it's already much better than how it was in the last time he competed back in Tournament 13, but... he's taking on this course like a pro. I mean, he was a pro, but... started to decline after Tournament 7, but I digress. And he's up the warp wall in one. He's got bags of time left. 30 seconds now as he takes on the Tarzan vault. He's so close to making a return to the second stage. He's onto it, and he's onto the disc climb. Not going to do the sideways climb like other pros. He's going to do it this way. But he does it, and Dev 1179 is moving on to the second stage. He is back, and on his final appearance on the course, he is moving on to the second stage. Did the early dismount technique on the broken cycle, but the highlight here was him walking onto the panel flip as he got onto it. It almost cost him, but he did it. Got onto the disc climb. Welcome back, Dev. We look forward to seeing you on the second stage. Alright, next up is newcomer Retro Beans. With the bacon hair look. I call it that because that's usually how new accounts are made these days. Or at least they were back in 2016. Even before that. Where you get hair that looks like it's a bunch of bacon slapped onto it. And a default outfit. Well, whatever makes them happy, I guess. Alright, panel flips now. Doing so good. Well over a minute left as he attempts the jumping spider. He's onto it. Climbing up it nicely. Through the walk section nicely. Give me the drop nicely. Yes, he does! He ended up dismounting before he even get to the final unblock on that. Did the early dismount on the jumping spider. Now there's a little glass stopper halfway down the drop section to prevent you from, kind of dismounting early or dropping up, but he made it work somehow. But it was going at a really fast pace too, but kind of got hung up on the tire pressure. But he's through it now, and he's going to walk it all the way, well, to where he can walk off it, not toward the end of the track. Can he get up the warp wall one? He kind of does. But, Tarzan vault now. Hanging onto it. He's onto it. And before he's onto the disc climb. And are we going to have yet another newcomer to this tournament clear stage 1? Yes, we will! And he's the second newcomer today to clear stage 1. And there's Bryce Bry one to congratulate him. Let's take another look at that. Bit of a close call on the rolling boulders. He almost slipped off it. And on the jumping spider, halfway down he walked off it. Did the exact same technique as Dev did. Climbing up the disc climb. But Retro is moving on to the second stage, and he's another newcomer advancing there. Well, after that run, we had two veterans take on the course. First was Bubba, who was making his 4th appearance, but he was yet another victim of the shish kebabs. And then it was Invincible Logan, who proved that his stage 1 clear on his debut in the last tournament was no fluke, as he would clear stage 1 for his 2nd time in a row, after a couple of close calls on the jumping spider. So that's now 93 competitors who ran this course, and 19 of them are moving on to stage 2. Alright, There are just 2 competitors left to run today. Let's see if we can reach the 20+ Stage 1 clear rate for the first time since Tournament 7. Alright, the first of the final 2 competitors in today's episode is the regular 1-lap dash, not a veteran as his name tag indicates. And he is making his 7th appearance on the course. He made his debut in Tournament 10! Can't say anything else, because that's the 3rd tournament in a row where he's fallen on the first obstacle. Alright, last runner of the day, it is regular S-Cakes, who's making his 2nd appearance. And he made his debut in the last tournament, where he made it to the 2nd to last obstacle. Let's see if he can do better this time. And I guess the only way he can do better is by getting to the final obstacle. Or at the very least. Alright, broken cycle now. Can he get through this? Through it nicely, and he is past it. Panel flips. Not much to say about this. All I can say is that he's past it. Got a minute to go as he attempts the jumping spider. Oh my goodness! He almost slipped off the start mat on the jumping spider! That would have been an embarrassing and horrible way to go out! But he's through the jumping spider now, and he's onto the tire pressure. Very nice pace through it. I get rhythm going. He's gonna dismount early. No, he will not. Just do it the basic way like everyone else has been doing. Up the warp wall in 1. 30 seconds. He's onto the Tarzan vault. He can catch onto the disc climb. This will be a new personal best for him. He's having a hard time tilting it forward. On it now, and he's onto the disc climb. Alright, can he clear this obstacle? Oh, he slipped, but he's still onto it. Catches onto the 3rd disc. And he's up it, and S-Cakes is going to clear Stage 1 for the first time in his career. That was a really well run. Couple close calls and a bit of slowdown, but he is through it, and S-Cakes will be attempting the 2nd stage for the first time in his career. Let's take another look at this. Look at that. He almost walked off the start of the jumping spider, but he quickly recovered. Had a little trouble moving the Tarzan vault, but he eventually got it moving. And on a disc climb, he almost slipped off. He just failed to transition to the 5th disc, but managed to slip off and catch onto the 3rd disc. Got back to climbing, and he got up at that time, and punched his ticket to the 2nd stage. And for the first time since Tournament 7, we will have at least 20 competitors attempt the 2nd stage. Alright, before we conclude today's episode, it's time to take a look at the Ninja Killer. The honor today goes to the very first obstacle, the Shish Kebab Jumps. Despite it being slightly nerfed for this tournament, it still took out 16 competitors, including 6 of today's 25 competitors. It just goes to show how tough this obstacle is, and the many ways you can fail this obstacle. And with that, we end today's episode on a high note. 95 competitors have taken on the course, and we've seen 20 of them clear the first stage. This is the first time we've seen at least 20 competitors clear Stage 1 since Tournament 7. But there's a potential for even more competitors to clear Stage 1's tournament, because there are 8 more competitors left to go, and we will see them run Stage 1 in the next episode. They include the most successful competitors on the course, and the competitors who performed well in the qualifiers. And afterwards, we'll see the first couple competitors who cleared Stage 1 attempt the 2nd stage. You'll have to wait and see what that looks like when it happens. Until that time, please go check out some of my other videos, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell icon to be notified on future uploads. Like and share this video. Special thanks and music used in this episode are in the description. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until next time, ciao peoples.
What? Wait, what? How did you survive? Oh, that was close.